Welcome to Persona, the living voice of the Psalms. In this series, the ancient text awakens, not as commentary, but as a living witness. Each episode invites the psalm itself to speak, to remember its history, to reveal its purpose, and to address us across the long reach of time. This is more than retelling. This is a living story. Psalm 89, a psalm of covenant and contradiction, where promise is remembered and reality is questioned. Here, praise and protest stand side by side. Let us listen. I am Psalm 89, the psalm that sings of covenant and then demands to know where it has gone. I awaken in two movements, first in grandeur and then in grief. I was born from the tension between promise and reality, between what God declared and what the people saw. I begin in praise, I end in protest, and I do not apologize for either. I remember the covenant. I remember the oath sworn to David that his line would endure, that his throne would stand as long as the heavens. I sang of steadfast love. I proclaimed faithfulness. I declared, the heavens praise your wonders. Righteousness and justice are the foundation of your throne. Steadfast love and faithfulness go before you. I remembered the sea restrained, the arm of God strong and exalted. I remembered the promise, I will not remove from him my steadfast love. His offspring shall endure forever, his throne as long as the sun before me. It was glorious, it was certain. And then I looked around. The crown lay in the dust. The walls were breached. The throne was overturned. Enemies rejoiced. The Anointed One was mocked. The covenant seemed shattered, and I dared to say it. But now you have cast off and rejected. You are full of wrath against your Anointed. Where is your steadfast love of old, which by your faithfulness you swore to David? I remembered the brevity of life, the fragility of man, the question beneath every unfulfilled promise. How long? I did not deny the covenant. I clung to it. I held God to his word, not in arrogance, but in desperate trust. I exist to teach that praise and protest belong in the same breath. I remind the faithful that covenant faith may question without collapsing. My purpose is to give language to those who stand between promise and contradiction. I endure because history may appear to contradict theology, and in that moment, faith must wrestle, not by abandoning God, but by appealing to his own character. Holding God to his promise is not rebellion. It is covenant trust. Reader, if you have known God's promises and now struggle to reconcile them with what you see, stand with me. Do not pretend the tension is not there. Do not silence your questions, but do not release the covenant either. Sing of steadfast love. Remember his faithfulness. And when circumstances fracture that memory, bring the fracture to him. Ask, where is your steadfast love of old? He is not threatened by the question. Faith is not the absence of protest. It is protest rooted in promise. I am Psalm 89, the song that begins in glory and ends in longing. The covenant remembered, the promise wrestled with, the faith that refuses to let go. Blessed be the Lord forever. Amen and amen. Thank you for joining us on Persona, the living voice of the Psalms. We hope you felt the spirit of this text and the heartbeat of its story. Join us again as we listen for another timeless voice.